Greetings and welcome to the 17th episode of Morrowind Modding Showcases. I'm your host Dark Elf Guy, and this week we have a few more mods than usual. Instead of our normal 13 mods, we have 14 mods for your viewing pleasure. But anyway, as always, you can find the download links to these mods down in the description below. So why don't we go ahead and get started with our popular mod of the week. Which this week is Siltstriders by Abbott. Much like the boats and gondolier mods that we've showcased in the past, this mod adds scenic travel via Siltstrider across the landscape. So now you can finally ride a Siltstrider from destination to destination. Just like the other scenic travel mods, you can dismount or adjust a variety of configuration options at any time during your trip, as you can see here. You can even adjust the speed, so you'll be able to breeze past the landscape in an instant. Just like Abbott's other mods, you'll get to see dynamic Siltstrider caravans out in the wilderness as they travel from city to city on popular routes, making for an immersive gameplay experience, as you can see here. This week's house mod of the week is Saran Riverview Home by Baratheon79. This mod adds a new player home overlooking the river by Saran, as you can see here. Inside is a quaint player house with a kitchen and dining area, a spare bedroom for companions, lots of storage space, as you can see here, and just a little bit of display space, and a nice master bedroom for the player to use. A simple home for those looking for a nice, unextravagant place to stay. For our gameplay mod of the week, we have Consignment Chests by Rex Little. What this mod does is add chests to certain vendors around Vardenfell, where you can place items for shopkeepers to gradually buy over time, using their full daily allowance of gold each day. In the case of Meldor here, that means 1,500 gold, and you can use that to buy your items in installments. For example, I can put a glass longsword in here, the total value of which is 16,000 gold. And if I come back in a day, there will be 1,500 gold in the chest. And in a few more days, this will add up until the item is paid off in its entirety. And in the meantime, the item will also appear in Meldor's inventory. You can find the same thing with Wayne here, only he has 2,000 gold to barter with instead of just 1,500. This week's Dungeons mod of the week is Darknut's Greater Dwemer Ruins by Darknut. This mod expands many of the Dwemer ruins on Red Mountain, both in terms of exteriors and interiors, as you can see here. The interiors of these Dwemer ruins have been completely redesigned, and greatly expanded to be larger than they originally were, with numerous new chambers, as you can see here. You'll still find the same old boss encounters from the vanilla game, like this one. But you'll also find some new ones as well, amongst the labyrinths of these greater Dwemer ruins. You'll also find that the corridors are not always what they seem, and many deadly traps await the adventurer who is not careful. In addition, you'll find large new underground areas to explore, like this one here. Not to mention massive chambers filled with lava. There's all this and much more to see in Darknut's greater Dwemer ruins. For our items mod of the week, we have Wesley Presents Fine Clothiers of Tamriel by Wesley. This mod adds a new clothier in Saran with a wide selection of outfits to choose from, suitable for any adventurer, male or female. You can see one of these outfits here. I rather like the goggles myself. And here's another one, this time with different headgear. And here's yet another outfit. There's quite a few different combinations you can try. To help display more of these fantastic clothes, I've drafted some slaves from the nearby market. These outfits are stylish for just about any occasion, from working in the fields to fighting through dungeons. You can even find some of these outfits out in the wilderness, as they've been added to random leveled lists. These slaves are quite the stylish bunch, aren't they? Next up is our quest mod of the week, and this week we have the Witch Girl Adventure by Emma. In this mod you'll get to meet the witch Morgana in Aldrun, a curious girl with a bit of a rat problem. Should you take care of the rat infestation in Morgana's home, you may notice some curious details. Like all the moon sugar, or the floating skulls in the basement. Once all the rats are dead, Morgana will offer to be your companion, though she may take offense to what you say and curse you on occasion as well. As you can see here. Morgana is a full-featured companion with a number of skills and services she can offer you. As well as some magic tricks. She is, after all, a witch. When you visit her home, she'll have a few new dialogue options, as you can see here. As well as some other scripted features. Morgana has quite a few dialogue options and things to talk about. And you can even give her battle commands, as you can see here. You can also choose to meet her back at her house, when you desire. You also get to meet Morgana's relatives, and do various quests for them as well. These quests include finding Morgana's long-lost brother, these quests will take you all over Vvardenfell, where you'll get to meet new characters. And even occasionally get into a few fights. Where Morgana can really show off her usefulness. There's all this and much more in this questing companion mod to see. This week's Landmass Mod of the Week is Rither Mosh by Midget Alien and Avrahammer. Rither Mosh is a new landmass west of Vvardenfell that plays home to a large group of Argonians. After first visiting the census office and getting your papers signed, you'll be free to explore this curious swamp-like landmass. As you can see here. In truth, this land is little more than a large, ramble, shack-like town, all built in one central great swamp, as you can see here. As such, there are few real streets, other than the occasional bridge and dock. Instead, you'll be walking through shallow water, at least for the most part, as you go from structure to structure in this rather large town. There's a number of interesting interiors as well, along with a map of the island, and lots of new documents with Argonian lore. There's also plenty of services available. And even some new dialogue topics here and there. There's also a trade ship here, with a bunch of stuff available for sale. Of course, these Argonians also have a history. And you can buy history-related products from the Guardians here. There's all of this, and much more, including swamp-like interiors, and this Riddler Marsh landmass. And you can see one of those swamp-like interiors here. The floor here is actually water. For our NPC Mod of the Week this week, we have Farmers and Miners by Danae. This is an NPC detail mod, giving farmers like these here things to carry, like baskets on their heads, for gathering crops. Or baskets on their backs, as seen here. Here you can see a few more farmers with the new additions. This time they appear to be gathering flowers. These new additions goes for miners as well, who can now carry picks, or a basket full of ebony, as seen here. And of course there's the ever-fashionable basket hat. With this mod you can expect farms and mines to be a little more immersive overall. This week's new Meshes and Textures mod of the week is actually two mods: Glowing Atronachs by Forlorn and Luminous Atronachs by Peterbit. Combined, these two mods do two things. 1. Make Atronachs into light sources, and 2. Give Atronachs glow maps. As you can see here, Atronachs now really light up the dock, and you can see them for quite a ways. Now you'll always know when you're stumbling around in the dark whether an Atronach is nearby, and they cast quite the cool effect with their bright bodies. Next up is our Modder's Resource Mod of the Week, and this week we have Extra Ingredient Resource by Elaciaga. This is a resource package of meshes and icons for new ingredients, using vanilla game textures. and they include animal skins, netch body pots, and tree bark, as well as a variety of other things like snow. With this resource you can add some unique ingredients to really flesh out your own mods. For our underrated mod of the week this week, we have Voss Cottage by Crate Gorilla. This mod adds a new house to the farm village of Voss, as seen here, including a small quest to purchase the land deed. As well as a greenhouse, and an air balloon dock, which offers easy travel to Sadrith Mora. Inside you'll find a cozy interior that's composed of multiple floors, including an aquarium, as you can see here. And a mage's lab / torture chamber, depending on how you view it. There's also a strange and mystical garden, filled with curious sights to see. Almost like it's from another world. You'll even find a bathing chamber for your sanitary needs, including a rather strange statue. And of course there's a master bedroom, including several nice decorations. And a footbath to restore your health. This week's Blast from the Past mod of the week is Scourge of the Lich Father, Acts 1 and 2 by Dan T. Starting out in Balmora, you'll come across a strange, disfigured man. He'll tell you all about his tales and the lich who scarred him. This will start a quest to hunt down the lich, starting with, as always, a dungeon. You'll have to fight your way through ancient ruins and the legions of the undead. Before you can claim your prize, which is just one piece of the Lich story puzzle, as this is indeed a multi-part quest. To finish your story, you'll have to travel to Goldington, a new hamlet in the West Gash. This is a decent sized town, filled with a variety of townsfolk and shops, but also hiding many mysteries, just waiting to be discovered. You'll find a number of side quests here that don't really involve the main storyline, but instead offer a chance to meet some unique characters. In this old village of Goldington, there's quite a bit to do in terms of quests, but there's also a lich to track down, if you're at all able to. Finally, for our bonus mod of the week this week, we have Dragonfly by Wildman. This mod introduces a new creature to the game, known as the Dragonfly. These are passive creatures, but should you choose to attack them, they do drop a new acid ingredient for alchemy purposes. They've also been added to Cliff Racer leveled lists, so sometimes instead of an annoying Cliff Racer, you'll get a peaceful dragonfly instead. That's it for this week. Stay tuned next Saturday for another episode of Morrowind Modding Showcases. And do check out our modder interview series, now airing every Wednesday. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and do leave a like and subscribe if you did. I'll see you all next time.